How does public school differ from private or charter schools? How do they differ from suburban schools? A lot of you may say that's an easy question. While public school is free, private and charter schools charge $5,000 to $10,000 in tuition per year. But have you ever viewed deeper into these differences? Such as graduation rates, dropout rates, the difficulty in the classes. Have you took into consideration how extracurricular activities might affect how a child thrives in school? All these things matter to a child's education. While public school is free, and you may think, well, my child will do just fine because I went to public school. I turned out just fine. Public schools nowadays lack the necessities a child needs to thrive in school. For example, although schools in the inner city are free, so as suburban schools, why is it that the suburban schools get more funding? According to privateschoolreview.com, the nation's average for private school tuition is approximately $9,195 per year. Let's keep in mind this tuition goes towards the child's education, including textbooks, school resources, and it excludes extracurricular activities such as soccer, any sport, any club, because that costs extra. So basically, a parent is paying $9,000 for their son to go to school, while public schools, the parent does not have to pay a tuition rate for them. But then when you look at these private schools, why is it that they're getting more funding from the state and public schools aren't? Politicians and experts typically refer to schools as failing if they're filled with low-income children with low test scores. These children are faced with enormous challenges. Such schools may be doing as well as they possibly can and are still viewed as failing. African American and Hispanic children from low-income urban families are frequently suffering from health problems that lead to school absences, from frequent or sustained parental unemployment that provokes family crises, from rent and mortgage defaults causing household moves that entail change of teachers in schools with and resulting loss of instructional continuity, and from living in communities with high levels of crime and disorder, where schools spend more time on discipline and less on instruction, and where stress depresses academic success. With school segregation continuing to increase, these children are often isolated from the positive peer influence of middle class children who were read to when young, whose homes are filled with books, whose adult environments include many college-educated professional role models, whose parents have greater education experience, and the motivation such experience brings, and who have the time, confidence, and ability to monitor schools for academic standards. I'm talking to you about education inequality. Why is it that public school children must suffer and get a lack of funding, get a lack of material to learn, a lack of resources to learn from, such as books, computers, while suburban and public schools get more funding than needed? This is just something for you to think of. Whether you have your own children or little brothers and sisters not getting the fair amount of resources they need. We need to take advantage of all the resources given to us.